Everybody, welcome. As jest finished. Today, I'd like to share some information why the Russian people, their culture, their values, their beliefs can be a can be a threat to the West and the establishment. I was born in a country called Ukraine. I consider myself Slavic. So is a lot of people in a country called Russia, as well as other European countries. My ancestries, my roots go very, very deep in history. I have written notes, written letters from my grandfather that was born in 1894, I believe. And I'd like to share some information. Who are the Slavics? And why are they the threat? And why these wars for over 100 years, the white people from continental Russia, white-skinned people, have been targeted. Slavic are the white-skinned people, blue eyes, blonde hair originally, have descended from up north, from the North Pole, Hyperborea, the four islands, all the way down to the Black Sea, and spread to the east and the west. Also called the Great Tartarians. There was the civilization that existed over 200 years ago, not that long ago. That's been wiped off our history. Or her story. History, her story. Whoever writes the history, whoever wins the war writes the history, right? So there's some new information for you. The Tartarians, the Slavic, they occupied the whole land. They had 4 oceans on their side. That's why we have Slavic in Poland, in Germany, throughout the Europe, some of them even in the great old United States. Why are we a threat? One reason, first reason out of many, is a Slavic tradition, Slavic values. They value their family, their ancestors, more than anything else in the world. What my father tells me is very important to me. What he teaches me about my history is very big to my understanding of the world view. Number one reason is their family values. Why is that important? Because when we tell our children, tell our family, our next generations, what the world is, the world view, the perception of the world, the way we see it, our children will understand and manipulate this world the same way. The way our ancestors and our parents were doing it for generations. In the West, however, and in the US, they have been trying to eliminate and cut the roots, the family values, away from their parents, from the kids, as many as 100 years. Maybe not physically disconnect the parents from their kids. In some cases are physically, but the way the system is designed is mom and dad go to work, they're busy, trying to pay the bills, trying to survive, while the kid goes to school, gets educated by the system, by the powers that be, by celebrities, by the media. And that's how the kid views the world, through somebody else, through the neighbors, through their idols, through their through the system that is already designed for them to view the world the way the system wants them to view the world. In Slavic tradition, what my father tells me, what the world is, what the mother is, what the father, the humans, the animals, the plants, the earth. That's how I view the world based on what he has told me. And he uses the information from his father, and so on and so on. So this creates the world based on the perception of my family, not of somebody else, of somebody extra, but how I view it. So the Slavic tradition is a big threat to the West because the family values. Because once we have established the constant idea of the world, the similar idea through our families, that will create the reality. Reality is a repeat, is a redo, remanufacture, the prefix of re. The reality presents itself from our thoughts, from our feelings, from our perception of the world. So the reality creates, so we create our own reality as Slavic people. Not the reality that TV gives me or that my teacher gives me, but the reality that my family gives me. So by doing that, we are creating our own reality. And that's a threat to the West because West wants to push their own reality. Remember, as human beings, we're all capable and able to change our own perspective, our own reality based on our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, our understanding and perception of the world. The world reflects back to you. So the Slavic is a threat because they can manipulate the reality from the ancestors, from deep within the elderlies. The word family in Russian родня, род, родня. Rod is roots. The same thing as roots. The West has been trying to cut the roots away from the families for a very long time. So that's why it's a threat. The whole system right now, the whole biggest agenda is to have each child, each individual, relearn the process of worldview, the process that has been put in front of them through the TV, through the teachers, through the idols, heroes, and so on. Heroes that they might see on TV, not through their family, not through their father, which is most important. It doesn't take too many humans to change the world, to change the RAM. And that's a threat. Because once there is a certain amount of humans that are living certain reality, the world is changing. The world will change, is changing. That's why the West is desperately trying to kill us. Desperately trying to manipulate and suppress the Slavic people.